Hi, dear hearts. Haven't made a video in a long while. I've been, well, just kind of figured that, like, all the wise words that I say, if you consider them wise, if they're helpful to you, doesn't really help unless I am also authentic about what's going on in my life. So, this might be too self revealing for some, but I know that telling my story may help someone. So, um, I was diagnosed manic depressive when I was 13. I'm now 43, so 30 years ago, and have been on many medications. A lot of them I'm allergic to. Thankfully, just found some that work. And was just had 3 hospitalizations in about 2.5 months. So, like, thankfully, now I found something that works, and I struggled for a long time with the stigma of that, the stigma of taking medication, the fact that I was athletic and had a good build before I was ever put on medication, and even forgiving my parents, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Nothing to forgive. They did their best, but my own mind of what could have been if that didn't happen, and all kinds of stuff like that. What if I was hospitalized actually when I was for 8 months when I was 13, and then I went to a girls' school. Thankfully, up to a girls' school for, I guess you could call it, for wayward girls. I like to call it that. But it was a wonderful time actually. I learned all about Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and the Stones and the story, The Mist of Avalon. And if I didn't know that, I would have never recognized my partner. It just, basically, it's really how you take things in your life. You can look at it, I can look at this as like, oh, this horrible thing and quote unquote illness. Or I can look at it as a dis-ease, like a not at ease. And then I can look at it like the state of New Jersey, and actually the Wellness Recovery Initiative was actually signed into being under George W. Bush. So I know he gets a bad rap for a lot of stuff, but he let that go by, so there you go. And in New Jersey, I'm lucky enough to live in a state where we are leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the country. Most of the country, not all of the country. But in kind of figuring out that, this is a thing that can become, recovery can come from this. Wellness can come from this. And that's what these videos really are supposed to be about, is to be, whether you have a psychiatric diagnosis, whatever you are, whoever you are, that you can shine your brightest. And I have to say a shout out to Veronica Krestow, because she just did her 200th video, and she inspires me to keep going. So thank you, V, and I love you dearly. You know that. Also to my love, thank you. I love you, angel love. Just whoever you are, wherever you are, that just be yourself. You know what I mean? And like, most people can be like, wow, you're going on YouTube, you're this or that, you know what I mean? And saying that, I'm like, right now, I mean, I've been in the hospital. I gained even more weight in the hospital. I'm trying to go the other way. Not trying, I am going the other way. And like, kind of even like with my own partner, I was afraid to say, hey, I ate meat. And then when I said it, she was like, well, so, just keep doing your juicing, shine on, do your thing, and everything will be fine. In fact, I think the quote was, all will be well, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's kind of private. But, like, it was just, like, amazing, when you really do show up as yourself and authentic, and, like, don't worry about whatever anybody else is going to think. And not in an F you kind of way, but you can do that too. But I do have that kind of sense to me too. I do have the rock and roll fantasy kind of thing, but or whatever you want to call that. But not so much in that kind of way, but in an egotistical kind of way. But in a this is me, take it or leave it, and from a place of love, from a deep place of compassion in yourself, and then people really will, you know, you know, either take you or leave it. And the ones that are not supposed to be there, that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They'll fall away, and the people that are there, hopefully, will be the ones that are uplifting, and you'll find your place. You're like, you know, there's. A lot of us people call that your tribe or your soul family or whatever, will come and like I was just talking to. I know this is kind of a rambly video, but I was just talking to a friend that visited yesterday, and we were just kind of like going, wow, you know, like think of where we were a year ago and where we are now, you know, and how amazing things are. I mean, for him, he's manifested 2 jobs, like in the like in you know, and what he wants to do, and his music's going well and everything like that. And for me, I manifested everything I had on my vision board and had to make new ones. I actually made 3 new ones in the hospital, and 2 of them are still there. You know, hopefully they'll inspire somebody there. And like, I'll talk a little bit more about that too. The hospital. I was the last 2 hospitalizations. I was the only person that was not suicidal on the floor, and all that made me think, I was like, maybe I was supposed to be there to cheer the people up that were there. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, it's like, I don't know. My friend, another guy, Jomo. Thanks, Jomo. He hopefully he and I will meet soon. My friend, on Facebook, and he had said, like, you know, just how blessed, you know, you can feel, and it doesn't mean you have multitude of things. Blessed things. I also think that people have less things, and a minimalistic and simplicity are more blessed than people that have 5 million things. You know what I mean? Because like Stuart Wilde, God rest his soul, you know, used to say, you know, if you have a stereo, you got to worry about the stereo. You know what I mean? You worry about, like, you know, oh, somebody is going to come take the stereo. If you don't have a stereo, you don't have to worry about it getting taken. You know what I mean? And it's kind of how I think about, like, how I call the powers that think they are. Just blow love at them. You know what I mean? The quote unquote matrix keepers or whatever. They have to worry about the key while the people that sell are partying and playing, eat cards and you know, crazy eights or something like that. You know what I mean? So this is a funny video, and you know, I know that Angelina Jolie has on her arm a prayer for a wild heart kept in cages, and that's kind of just where I want to leave this. Is that, are you keeping yourself in your own cage? You know, are you hiding yourself, like Marianne Williamson said, hiding yourself and not showing up with your own light because you're afraid of what people will say? And you know, that's kind of where I'd like to leave it, because I'm kind of hitting the long march here. But I don't know. I have a friend come over a little bit that I haven't seen, and I'm getting to see people I haven't seen in a long while, and it's kind of cool. And you know, things are going well, but you know, it's a perception. Like 5 million things went wrong yesterday. The electricity did something really weird in my house, and they had to come and put a new wire in the stove and tramp through the house, and like, it was just madness. But it's all how you perceive it, and it really, I don't know why, I just am giggly, and have been giggly more often. So, like, you know, like, just be yourself, that's all. Like, you know, Elijah Lenhart says, and you know, my 1-year-old great nephew teaches me a lot. He just is a giggly little guy that came through from somewhere about a year ago, and he just has come to the planet to just make everybody laugh. But I can tell you, this guy's going to be a trip when he gets older. So love to everybody, and especially Angel love, and I hope that you realize that, you know, this shirt was actually made by a group of people. I just did the first one, And then we went around the room, and everybody had a different color marker. We had done a guided imagery meditation at the self-help center. So thank you, Janet, too, for the idea. So I got like at the bottom, I got intense, and somebody had asked me, "Do you want that on there?" And I was like, "Yeah, because it's true." You know what I mean? So I personally like the good guitarist part. I mean, the beautiful is all good. I wish I'd say great guitarist, because I need to practice. But oh well, just a funny video to say, hey, I'm back, I'm here, I'm alive and well and living in the Garden State. And yeah, be yourself, guys, and shine that light. And it's kind of cool. Hold on one second. I want to get something that's kind of cool that somebody wrote. All right, coming back. Here I come. So just before I go right quick, I do believe this was written by Stuart Wilde, so forgive me if it's a quote from somebody else, and I don't take credit for this quote, but in honor of Stuart Wilde, I'm going to read it, and it says, quote, "Give me the light to carry, honor me with the obligation, let me be the beast of burden and offer the enormity of that incandescence to my brothers and sisters. Let me shine the quiet to quiet the fears of our people, elevating and inspiring them, invigorating them in a momentary glimpses of the heavenly light and a better world," unquote. So that's what I intend to do, and that's my intention. I read that every morning now, and just hopefully somebody found some use in this, and if you have a psychiatric diagnosis, it's up to you how you make that happen, you know what I mean, in your life. Don't let it be a burden to you. Use it and become your best advocate. Empower yourself, and find the resources you need. Use the resources that are available to you. Love your family, because even if you're going through a hard time with them, it's what you got. If obviously if you're in a dangerous position, get out of it. But for the most part, just if you send out love, it will come back to you millionfold. You know what I mean? And that love is obviously being yourself in the light. So if you're in a dark place right now, don't give up. Just don't give up. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Like I said, I was just in the hospital with a whole bunch of people. One person in particular had to come up each day, try to get 5 things that they were grateful for. You know what I mean? But I always say, if you live in the northwestern hemisphere, if you can't think of anything you're grateful for, think of running water. But hopefully, anybody that this reaches, you're not in a dark spot. But if you are, reach out to me. Hopefully, write me. I'm on Tamiko Lee Cornish on Facebook and YouTube. It's available. Just reach out, say hi, and hopefully I'll make you smile in some way, and you'll remember what you're here for, because you have worth. Everybody has worth. Every single one of us. So love to all, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Bliss.